Hello there. Kia ora. Hi, I'm back. I'm in Aotearoa again, and as you can see, I have returned to my studio and everything is right with the world. No, not really, not by a long shot. It's kind of cold for me at the moment because I've just come from 40-degree temperatures, which is slowly becoming the norm for some of the places that I was in Australia, and that's horrifying because well, climate change is going to make that happen here at some point in time, and 40 degrees is not a temperature anybody should be in. But the last couple of days has actually been more focused on some very random conversations with people around Sydney around a specific new policy that the Deputy Prime Minister is crowing about. It's his big virtue signal. It's making English an official language. The questions I've had about this have been, well, the kind of questions you would expect, like, why? And it is really a virtue signal. This is the kind of thing that cookers get really worked up about. And it's one of those things that's really emboldened those people online who like to comment consistently on mainstream media pages when somebody uses the word Aotearoa in a headline. It's New Zealand, not Aotearoa. And this is going to fix that. And they've said that themselves. While this is a massive waste of time and resources when we want our government to be dealing with real issues like climate change, 40-degree heat, or the cost of living crisis, instead they're going to be wasting resources on something that every legal expert in the world has told them that they don't need to do. But it will make a few Facebook commenters happy that they can turn around and tell people who say to them, well, te reo is an official language, to shut up because now English is too. That's literally what this law is about. And the conversations I've had in Australia, they were fascinating because people don't understand why the government would do something like this. There is no point to it. It does nothing. It just adds paperwork. And then there's questions around how it gets applied. Does a place like Te Papa have to change its name all of a sudden? Because, well, it kind of fits the bill for what the bill would go into doing. And it's ridiculous. It is making us a literal laughing stock. But I've got to be honest, when I heard what was going on, my first thought was, Te hia pai, mai hoki e tangata rā. They have the nerve. And they do. And that's part of the problem. You see, the thing that this election has actually done that a lot of people don't realize is that it's emboldened the worst people on the internet that you know. It has given them a platform to go, see, we were right. But realistically, the mandate isn't there. If you take a look at who voted for what, 92% of New Zealanders did not vote for ACT or New Zealand First. 92%, and yet they get to dictate what our policies and laws are because that's how coalitions work. And the number of people I know who have a little bit of buyer's remorse because National decided to partner with them, well, that's what happens with election outcomes, and we can fix that in 3 years' time. But until then, we have to deal with the virtue signaling from at least one cooker party doing everything it can to make the online people happy, and the conspiracy theorists feel like they have actual input into the government, when all they're actually doing is wasting our time, ruining our reputation overseas, and making us look like absolute idiots. But hey, at least people won't be mean to you in Facebook comment threads anymore.